I wanted to put together a quick review of Ashutosh Sinha's Breakthrough, which is a really great read, which I think over the course of the last few days, I think I've gone through it twice because I noticed myself going back and forth to different parts of the book and referencing different things that Ashu had guided me on throughout the journey of reading the book, but also throughout the journey of just knowing Ashu for the last 20 years. I've known Ashu since the early 2000s when we worked together, and ironically, I used to call him the doctor back then. But now I can see why. This is an amazing prescription for what I think could be a really amazing career for a lot of people. But it does take a little bit of guidance, and it does take a little bit of nudge here and there. And I think Ashu really puts together some really practical tips and puts some realism in career decision making. We all have our North Star that we want to go after, but it's certainly not always as linear as we would like. Ashu has tools and methodologies and quick ways of us assessing where we are and what our push and pull factors may be. And I love that about the book, and I loved going back and forth to that. It's also something that resonated very personally with me as I have a career that I thought had been very linear for many years and going in the exact right direction, and one that I find myself being pulled by just different wants and needs and certain things that my life requires. So I think Ashu does talk about that Bermuda Triangle of life and the different things that you're going to be pushed and pulled towards or from, and really great ways of assessing how to handle that. The realism of the book is probably something that also just caught my attention because it's not a typical book that at 50,000 feet is telling you how to drive the perfect career. It's bringing in things like family, like your income, the fact that you could work for the same company but take a new job and get paid less. And sometimes that's the right thing to do. And I think reading that is really reassuring for a lot of people because we're not happy all the time in all of our careers. And I think this is a perfect way of really spelling out some very simple and practical ways of getting us to where we need to be. So I couldn't recommend it more. It's an extraordinarily quick read, but one that I feel, you're going to treat it a little bit like a textbook and want to go back and forth from time to time. So have a look, share it with your teams as well, for those of you that are managing people, because I think it's something that, as I mentioned, at any career stage, somebody could learn a lot from. Congratulations to Ashutosh, and thanks for listening. Thanks.